Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Megan.
And I'm Sierra. Today we are going to be doing a good old-fashioned Q&A because these videos are just really easy to film.
And we feel like we've been recording like vlogs and stuff a lot, so we wanted to do another sit-down video. I think that one of our next videos is going to be a picture idea video where we want to see what we can do at our house and, you know, things that are social distancing friendly. But we have to finish planning that stuff out. Also, it's raining, so if there's a little ambiance in the background, just ignore that. It's raining like kind of hard, so it may actually become kind of noticeable. But nonetheless, we're going to do a Q&A.
So I asked questions on my Instagram. If you guys want to take part in future Q&As, you can follow us because there's no telling whose Instagram it'll be on. It could be on mine or Megan's. So our usernames are always linked down below and we'll flash them on the screen as well. Alright, so we left these pretty open-ended. I let you guys kind of ask whatever you wanted to or like what you want to know about us. So let's see something interesting. This one's kind of interesting. Someone said, have you and Megan ever liked the same guy and fought about it? I don't think so.
I feel like when we were
technically
younger,
when we were younger, that one kid at daycare, we both had a crush on him.
And I don't even remember his name. It was like, I swear, and like this was in preschool.
Yeah.
I guess, no, in daycare too, I remember.
Was his name JC?
Yeah, I was thinking of preschool though.
There was two guys then, when we were like really little.
But like it was never
anything you
literally like 4 years old, and this kid was like 6, so I remember being like, he's like, how is he 6 and like in preschool?
I think we literally only liked him because he was older than everyone else. And then the other kid was in our daycare. I only remember his name because like sometimes no one in my family actually calls me CJ, but it's like the opposite of that. That's how I remember it. Other than that,
but like we were so young that like it's not like we're fighting about it.
I think we like bonded over it.
But other than that,
I don't think so. Which is good. Next question is, do you guys like to write out lists of stuff to do?
I like doing things in my notes on my phone, and I like if that counts, then yeah, I really like to write stuff out because I mean I even did stuff today that I had a to-do list. I was like Sunday to do, and I had like record a video, come up with a podcast idea. I wanted to like finish editing something I have for school, and so I'm just like it really, especially now that you know, we're all staying at home, it's like that's what helps me keep a schedule of any sort and just like make sure I'm getting stuff done and being productive and not just wasting my day away. It's been crucial. Yeah, I agree. I'm a big to-do list person because if I didn't write down what I needed to do, then I feel like there's nothing to hold me accountable. I'm just like, I'll do that later. But if I have a list, sometimes stuff gets pushed to the next day, but at least I know how much I'm getting done versus how much I'm not getting done, that kind of thing. Someone said, did you go to prom/dances in high school? We actually only went to 2 dances. Out of, how many could we have gone to? Freshmen don't have any. Yeah. Sophomore you could go if you, to prom. I guess there's 9 dances. No, not 9.
Well, it's winter formal, homecoming,
if you
prom.
Get asked. So it's like 8 to 9.
And we went to 2. So, sophomore year, we didn't go to homecoming because I was like, honestly, half of it is just because we don't have like really any friends, and so we were like, I'm not gonna go by myself, didn't have a date.
Also, like, even when I did have a date, I didn't really enjoy going to the dance, honestly. I went to 2 homecomings, one with a date, one was just, like, with a couple of friends, and I don't know, I just don't know if I'm, like, I don't think they're that fun, honestly. The only part that I liked about the dances was, like, physically getting ready and, like, pictures. But then we got to the dance, and I was like, well, I'm ready to head out. Megan and I drove separately, so we were like, alright, we're gonna leave. Yeah. It's been fun. And then we didn't go to any proms either. Yeah. Which I've tried on prom dresses once because I think we went with Maggie and she was trying on prom dresses. And I was kind of like, this is fun, but like I know trying on prom dresses is more fun than going to like the actual prom. In our opinion. So I'm kind of like, man, I should have gone just to like have a prom dress, but I didn't, so. Alright, this one's kind of quarantine related. Someone said, are you still seeing your mom and your sister, or are you only staying with your dad? So we're not seeing Haley at all because she's in Iowa City and we're in Des Moines. And then if you guys have been watching our vlogs, you know that we started out staying with our mom and then we've been with our dad for I think 2 weeks now. And at first we were thinking of like just doing a whole back and forth kind of thing. But then we were like, I don't know if we should. Like I've seen more and more things of like people suggesting that even like kids of divorced parents stay at just like one house. I don't think you have to, like I still think that's a conversation between you and your family. I don't think it's wrong if you're going back and forth between houses because like it still like is both of your parents, I guess. I also feel like it just works better for us being at our dad's right now because our dad still goes into his actual office, so that means, whereas like our mom and stepdad are both working at home now, so I feel like being here, we kind of like, we have a lot more room, like if we want to record videos during the day and making sure it's quiet, and like
podcasting
and doing schoolwork. So it's just like been nice that our dad leaves and that we can use the house.
Yeah.
As much as we want.
Okay, next question is, what is one physical difference that people use to tell you apart? So we can use this time to tell you some of the differences that we notice.
You know what I think the easiest thing is? The hair. Look at how much longer my hair is than Sierra's. Look at how much darker it actually is now. I dyed my hair a demi-permanent color in December, so it is darker. It's been darker.
And mine is balayage lighter,
so her hair looks lighter, or our hair is parted on different sides. So honestly, I feel like sometimes when people ask me that, I only want to tell them the hair, because if I give them too much stuff,
yeah, that's the issue.
Then they're going to
ask
just
for
like
too much, and then they forget.
And I'm like, just do the hair. The hair is so easy. Just do the hair.
Some other differences, just for fun though, I feel like more moles than you. Like I have one right here. There's something on my nose that I technically don't really even know what it is, and you guys probably can't see it.
Otherwise, Sierra's like, we smile a little different.
Yeah. Megan smiles a little more symmetrical, we'll say.
I don't know. I feel like our faces aren't like that different shapes, but like mine's probably more oval. Sierra's is maybe rounder.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's kind of, I mean, I feel like that's plenty to like know who's who. The hair
or if we're standing, Sierra's like a little bit taller than I am. Or like our styles are just like a little bit different. If we're like actually dressing up, Sierra tends to be somewhat more girly, but like I say that
very loosely.
Yeah, I say that loosely, but I do feel like our styles are like somewhat different when we actually try or are shopping around versus like, I know she's in athleisure a lot, therefore it's like pretty similar, but it is a little different. Alright, next question is, do you ever miss old Channel 6 videos when you were younger? I feel like...
I actually do.
Yeah.
We just had to go through and do like a bunch of fixing copyright stuff, so we had to look at older videos to fix that. And I was like, oh, cute. Like, look at these, like, the editing styles that we had. And, like,
for how young we were in some of those, it was just like, we really, I think, did a good job of being creative. And, like, I'm just like, it is cool to see us back then being so dedicated to something we've been doing for a very long time now. And that's when we had to, like, put more work into the videos and like edit them cooler, and like it was so much simpler, I feel like, to
I also just think the videos we posted back then were different, so we, you know, have to edit things differently now, and it's just like we can't do the same thing. But, you know, I like to reminisce over the videos that we used to post.
Sometimes I go back and watch our old videos and I'm just like, good job. This was a neat idea. Alright, next question is, what do you hate about Iowa?
Nothing. The state or the school?
Well, I'm guessing it means the state. If you don't know, that's where we live. Always have.
I don't think I hate anything particularly about Iowa, but I guess it like just would be nicer if like we had nicer weather. Like, I don't love the winter.
Yeah.
I know some, like, I also wouldn't want to live somewhere where it's like warm year round, but like I can't say I get excited when it snows for the first time.
I feel like, I mean, I love Iowa. I love where we live, and like that's why I want to keep living here. But I feel like it's easy to compare Iowa to other places where you don't live, where you're like, oh, it's warm this place all the time, or like there's beaches this place and there's not in Iowa. Or, you know, I feel like it's easy to compare and be like, we don't have this, but also at the end of the day, my day-to-day life is pretty good here, so I can't really complain. We have a lake house, so it's like you kind of pick and choose. Like, we might not have beaches, but we still have a lake house that we can go to and have a lot of fun at. And in a way, like, I think that's more fun than going to a beach. So you just have to like put things in perspective, but I do think it's easy to compare it to other states that might seem a little bit cooler to live in. But I just have to remind myself that it's probably not.
This is interesting. If you were stuck on an elevator and had to listen to one song, what would it be? Right now, I think Blinding Lights.
That's what I was gonna say. That's our dad,
our favorite song right now.
He always turns the radio on, like if he's like doing stuff around the house, just to like have background noise. And so he'll usually just like turn on the top 40 songs. And whenever that song comes on, I kid you not, he'll go, turn it up, and he'll shout, "Girls, our song is on," because he really likes it too right now. So even like before quarantine started, it had like came out right before the semester ended, like in person. And so every time me and Stu would drive to lab, I'd like just play it, and it'd be like our little jam out song as we were driving to lab. So I still like it.
Alright, another one. Someone said, have either of you dated anyone? I love your channel so much. And I'm just like using this as like a cover it all for all the people that are like, are you dating anyone? Like boyfriends, whatever. No, for me. Megan?
Yes, for me.
Well, not right now.
Not right now. Sorry, what was the question?
Have you ever dated anyone?
Okay, so the answer is yes, but not right now.
I just didn't want people to be like, oh my god.
Let's see. that ended over a year ago, and it was only 2-ish months. And looking back, like, I just have a hard time really even, like, considering it a relationship. But was I asked to be someone's girlfriend? Yes. So the answer is yes.
Alright, someone said, are you scared of being apart / living separate lives? I also like this one because I feel like I have seen this. I know the person that asked this, like, probably did not mean anything rude by this, but I just feel like far too many people, like, comment on our videos saying, like, how are you going to survive on your own? Like, you guys cannot, like, live without each other. Or are you gonna live together forever?
They simply say that because if we're vlogging our day or we do week in our lives, like, you see a lot of us and
we
us
live together right now.
So therefore, and it's our channel. It's Megan and Sierra. So it kind of makes sense. But I feel like when you see just that in front of the camera, it's like, I feel like people think that we are more codependent than we are, just because we're in videos together all the time and we live together. But I don't know, I don't feel like we're actually codependent in real life. Therefore, I think that I could actually pretty easily live on my own. I think you could easily live on your own. However, rent is expensive, and we do live together really well, and we share a lot of the same stuff right now. So eventually when the time comes to move out and not live together, I don't think that's going to be a problem at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Alright, another question someone asked is, how do you balance time so well with school, YouTube, working out, etc.? I actually think that, you know, since quarantine started, my, like, balancing everything out has been a lot easier just because I have to do everything from the same place.
Yeah.
Which is, like, good and bad, but I think also just, like, having to be, like, I have to go to the rec to work out, or, like, I have to go somewhere to, like,
I feel like I have more time now than ever.
Same.
Like, I feel like everyone feels like that because now, like, everyone's talking about how you don't have excuses to push off what you weren't doing before because everyone has so much time right now. So I feel like as long as I'm making my to-do list like I was talking about earlier, and I'm, like, kind of planning things in place, so I'm not overloading myself in a day's time, but then I'm,
like, if you do overload yourself, say, no worries, I'll just do that tomorrow. And, like, front-loading things that you have to do on a certain day, like, do that. But, like, for me, I'm like, oh, I have to work out, I go to the basement. I have to do my class, I'll go to the kitchen or something. I have to, you know, film a video, we'll go to the backyard. Like, we really just have everything we need in one spot, and we actually feel like things have gotten a little bit easier to balance. But if you're looking for tips, I guess I would just say to-do lists and, like, making sure you're not overloading yourself are probably the way to go.
And, like, for other stuff, like, we have deadlines for videos where we know we have to get them recorded by. We have deadlines for schoolwork, so
we actually just recorded a video for TC2 today that I, like, really didn't want to have to, like, come up and film and, like, set everything up. And then we were doing it, and I was like, oh, that was actually really fast. I think it took us, like, a half hour to record everything.
So sometimes just getting started is the hardest part, and once you push yourself to do that, then maybe continuing doing other stuff. Like, we weren't planning on recording this video today, but here we are, just in the mood, got the groove going. So yeah, I think deadlines help too, because then we're like, oh, our podcast has to go up Thursday. We have to record sometime before that. So it just is like, if you have to have a deadline, then that guarantees that you're going to get it done.
Alright, this is kind of fun. Do you guys ever think about how different your life would be without YouTube? And I actually have, like, all the time. There's, like, just times where I'm like, I think about what my life would have been like if my parents hadn't got divorced, and, like, just stuff like that. Like, things could be different just, like, with the tiniest change. And I mean, like, I feel like the reason I brought up my parents being divorced is because I know for a fact, like, if my parents didn't get divorced, I probably never would have done gymnastics. I probably never would have started this YouTube channel. Like, our lives would be so crazy different, which is, like, also, it goes to show that, like, you know, bad things that happen in life, like, happen for a reason, because I'm very thankful for, you know, what my life actually has become. And I just am really grateful for YouTube and how we actually, like, were able to build a pretty successful platform. Alright, this is going to be our last question. I just thought it was kind of interesting related to TC2. Someone said, why did you go back to only filming cheer and gymnastics videos?
I would say, and maybe Sierra and Maggie have, like, different opinions, but I would say it's because we did hit a point where we were tired of doing cheer and gymnastics videos, and we could not come up with any ideas whatsoever, no matter how hard we tried. And so it seemed like a good idea to record other types of videos. And then I feel like it became easier again to start recording cheer and gymnastics videos, and that's what we felt like doing. That's what we knew we were good at, and the ideas started coming back. And so, in my opinion, that's why we decided to keep doing them, because none of us were hating recording them anymore.
I think for me, like you said, I was, like, feeling so burnt out recording cheer and gymnastics videos, and it took, like, not recording those anymore, and, like, I felt so much more stressed, like, trying to come up with other ideas because I didn't know what people wanted to see. And then, like, I was able to think of, like, oh, this would be cool if we still did cheer and gymnastics videos. and we kept just like having those ideas and thinking of those, and it became even easier to think of those ideas. And I think we still have kind of like changed up the type of gymnastics and cheer videos we've made since then, so we've like been able to manage filming them a little bit better. But I also just think like what really brought me back was like we are like the cheer and gymnastics channel like of YouTube. Not necessarily like there's other cheer and gymnastics channels, but like if people want cheer and gymnastics videos, like we are one of the prime places to go. And so I felt like by not making cheer and gymnastics videos anymore, I was like taking something away from like our viewers that have been watching us for a while.
Alright, that is all we have for questions for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sending them in if you did. Even if we didn't answer them in this video, hopefully we can do more of these in the future and answer some of your questions then.
If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel down below. We would love if you would join our little family, I don't know. Also,
we have a podcast. We've been talking about it more on this channel, but it's called According To, spelled out TWO. You can find it in the podcast app, also Spotify, pretty much anywhere podcasts are, you can find it. And we post every Thursday morning on there. So if you want to hear us chat for an hour every week, then make sure you go subscribe to that. And if you do listen and you want to give us a rating, that would also be very appreciated.
And we will see you guys whenever we post next.
Bye.